All words and whispers in creation speak the same unchanging truth. You are worthy of a beautiful life. The essence of this beauty is sacredness. Sacredness is in you and in all things. If you exist in such a way that you increase the beauty glow in the lives of other living things, you symbiotically manifest beauty in your life. And what is the composition of true beauty? Love. Love is the confounding mineral and molecule, binding together all that is divine. Love is the soil, water, sun, and air of your earthly garden. You cannot escape this truth. You cannot take an avoidant way around your pain and woundedness. Love is the only way. It courses straight through your suffering and parts the daunting water. Fear in you says you are not worthy of such a paradise. Truth says, follow me. I know the way. You are worthy. This worthiness, dear soul, is the way. As we come to this celebration of the flower service, I want to share a little of the history of where this came from and why we do it. Norbert Capek was born 154 years ago in June 1870. He grew up in troubled times in Europe. During World War I, his safety was threatened because he spoke out against those who tried to restrict freedom of worship. So Norbert and his wife actually fled to America for a period of time, and this is where he attended a Unitarian fellowship on the East Coast. And he actually became a Unitarian member. He converted. Once the war ended, Reverend Norbert wanted to return and share this newfound truth and beauty that he had, Unitarianism, with the people of his country, which was now called Czechoslovakia. He returned to the city of Prague and in 1921 started the first Unitarian church, and it grew steadily. People came to listen and to search for hope. Because the war had left many miseries, life was hard. Families had been broken up, businesses had gone under, and many of his congregants didn't have enough money to make ends meet. And the worship was different than what you're experiencing today or may have experienced in other Unitarian Universalist fellowships. There was no stories, no music, just very, 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 very long sermons. And the church building was plain. It was cold, it's made of stone, and especially in the bitter winters, the wind drafted. But people still came. They were eager for worship, spirituality. They were eager for connection and hope as they tried to rebuild their lives. And Reverend Norbert wanted to give people what they yearned for, a sense of connection, a sense of possibility that would be shared by all in the same moment. While walking along a river, he saw a flower growing in the bare and scuffed earth beside the river. And the beauty and bravery of this little blossom uplifted his spirits. And he thought, how can I give another this feeling? How can I give another this experience? Later that year, a child came to him. He had plucked a flower that was growing wild from the ditches, and a little child came and gave the reverend a flower at the end of a service. And he said, aha! The child has taught me the way. We should have a flower communion to trade flowers with one another. And he developed this ritual, which has been adapted by different fellowships, each doing it in their own way, inviting us to bring a flower, leaving with a different flower than what we brought. This practice wasn't about individual hope. It was about collective hope. The idea was that we help to build the fellowship, build it up with that sense of possibility, and the fellowship builds the world with beauty. Now, I shared about St. Warren during today's Time for All Ages. Warren grew up Mennonite, and at least in his family and community, they took the teaching of love thy enemy and do unto others as you would have them do unto you, in a very specific way when it came to serving in war. And that was all young men were expected to be conscientious objectors, to spend time in jail if necessary, but they would not fight a war. That was part of their religious teaching. Now, Warren wondered if military service could bring peace. Warren wondered if military service could have a profound impact on other people's lives. And he was brought up with this idea of serving others. So he did enlist in the U.S. Army, and this action cut him off from the rest of his family for the rest of his life. In fact, when one of his brothers came to his funeral a few years ago, which was on Memorial Day weekend, it was one of the few times that brother had seen or been in the presence of Warren in his entire life because he had joined the Army. As I sat with Warren, I asked him, do you regret it? Do you regret enlisting given what it's cost you and your family? And he told me, it's complicated, Stacy. You know, I joined for a reason. I wanted to bring peace to the world, and I know a lot of people want that, but it didn't happen. And so that sacrifice feels, we were in the midst of the war on terror, a 20-year war at that time, and he said, it's just really hard. It's hard that these sacrifices don't seem to have moved the needle. We're still in war. We're still fighting for peace. There's still so much conflict in the world. And he said, the other thing is, when you go through military and you experience these things, it really questions everything you were taught about God having a plan or salvation happening in our lives in a specific way that there's a power to create salvation, and that's going to happen. Because you don't see it happen, and you realize the long history of it not happening. So to summarize our conversation, I think this is what Warren was trying to say to me. If we will not be saved by war, and we will not be saved by God, what will save us? And this is what brought Warren and so many to Unitarian Universalism. It's what brought Reverend Norbert Capek to this idea of the flower communion, that we may be saved by beauty. Now, as we honor those who have died in military service this Memorial Day, we recognize that Reverend Norbert Capek turned to beauty for salvation as well. These are not shallow, oh, flowers, so nice, yeah, let's get some flowers. These are not shallow declarations, right? These are examined perspectives, and in a sense, all of these people came to this conclusion because it was their last resort. That salvation begins with this simple and profound truth, that you are worthy of a beautiful life. I'd like to ask if there's a volunteer that would bring, go up and tell Religious Education that that they're welcome to come down. And then they'll be here for the flower service. And at this time, Sandra will sing another song for us, and then we'll do the flower communion.
That's Chuck's song.
Oh, this is Chuck's
Yes.
song. All right.
This song is new to me, and he's got some context and some story for it, I think.
A little bit. I think the song is called Flowers of Peace, and it is, I think it is by Pete Seeger, and I learned this in the Vietnam era, and it's a familiar tune, which you know, and so the tune is, Will You Go, Lassie, Go. We've done, so it's familiar. And just listen to the, and it's we're going to do the chorus over and over again, so you'll catch on. Will they bloom ever bloom? will they bloom in the springtime, and so forth. Oh, the summertime is coming, and the leaves are sweetly turning, but the flowers of peace, it's for them I'm really yearning. Will they bloom, ever bloom? Will they bloom in the springtime? Oh, you flowers of peace, when the world should be in ringtime, will they bloom, ever bloom? See, I told you knew that tune. I will build my love a bower by yon clear crystal river, but the thing her heart desires is a thing I cannot give her. Will they bloom, ever bloom? Will they bloom in the springtime? Oh, you flowers of peace, when the world is all in ringtime, will they bloom, ever bloom? Oh, Providence smiled impassive when I fell on bended knee. Well, said the lives of your empires are no more than swarms of bees. Will they bloom, ever bloom? Will they bloom in the springtime? Oh, you flowers of peace, when the world is all in ringtime, will you bloom, ever bloom? If you and I would see those flowers, get up and rouse your neighbor. When the first seed is planted, it takes long and careful labor. Will they bloom, ever bloom? Will they bloom in the springtime? Flowers of peace, when the world would be in ringtime, then they'll bloom, ever bloom. If you and I would see those flowers, go and till the fertile soil. It will take more than prayers. It takes long and sweaty toil. Then they'll bloom, ever bloom. Then they'll bloom in the springtime. Oh, you flowers of peace, when the world will be in ringtime, then they'll bloom, ever bloom. One more chorus. Will they bloom? Then they'll bloom, ever bloom. Then they'll bloom in the springtime. Oh, those flowers of peace, and the world will be in ringtime. Then they'll bloom, ever bloom. It's wonderful to lead singing.
I'd like to invite our worship committee members, Barry and Miriam, up to help with the flower communion. Each fall, Unitarian Universalist fellowships gathered back together with a water service, and each spring, we conclude the cycle of seasons with a flower service or flower communion. Today, we celebrate this special ritual. We each bring flowers, place them in a common vase, remembering we are all individuals, beautiful, but like a bouquet, when we come together as one community, there is more texture, color, and vibrancy than any one single flower could ever hold.
By exchanging flowers, we show our willingness to walk together in our search for truth, instead of allowing differences to divide us. Each person takes home a flower brought by someone else, thus symbolizing our shared celebration in community. This communion of sharing is essential to a free people in a free religion.
Even though we're all different, Even though we are all different, we gather as one in love. We gather in friendship and care, which is the most precious gift we can share. Let us remember that we are all needed to make this beautiful world.
May these flowers, messengers of fellowship and love, be blessed. May they remind us that amid diversities of knowledge and of gifts, to be one in desire and affection. May they also remind us of the value of camaraderie-ship, of doing and sharing alike. May we cherish friendship as one of life's greatest gifts. May we not let awareness of another's talents discourage us or sully our relationship, but may we realize that whatever we can do, great or small, the efforts of all of us are needed to do the work of love, justice, and peace in the world.
Flowers are more than just beautiful. They have a purpose in the life cycle of the plants. Flowers are the source of seeds for the plant. These flowers have grown from seeds of a previous generation of flowers, yet their roots may grow in a different place from their parent seeds.
Our youngest children are like the flower seeds. They too have purpose in the life cycle. They too are beautiful and will grow new roots in different soil, away from their parent seed someday, or else the diversity and beauty that we hold dear will not exist for long. Today we invite the young seeds, our children, to come forward. Come on kids, and help pass out the flowers.
Everybody gets a flower, and then come back, there's more to give.
Here, Stacy, we'll do this.
Okay. Keep it going. I'll say it at the very end once everyone has.
Oh, there it is. I found it. Okay. Good morning, everyone. I'm Sonia Dolan. I'm a co-founder of Mental Health, and today I'm going to be stepping in for BJ Miller, who unexpectedly had to travel. So I will do my best to play BJ for the day. We're going to be hosting a discussion with Dr. Allison Applebaum, who I will let her introduce.
How about Davy? Can someone give one to Davy? Thank you. And if you have a flower left in your hand and everyone has one, then that flower is for you. Do you want one of those?
These were ours.
Those were yours? Well, then you have to give them one to me. Thank you. Can you give?
This was my mom.
Okay.
That one was mine, actually. So, what?
Each of you has a flower. Hold it with care. It is the gift of another being. May the seeds you carry be carried away to lead us into a future of beautiful diversity. As we close this service and extinguish the chalice, remember that this was just a symbol. The living light is within you. Go forth and let it shine. The chalice reading is one of Tom's favorite poems. I didn't even know that when I selected it. It is a poem from New Creation Psalms by Tom Hornstra. The poem is called One. I feel your presence, I know your embrace in the cooling touch of sea breeze, in the sun warm on my face, in these many green voices, birds and healing leaves. All around and through me, throbbing love, pulsing life, golden energy, boundless. Now I look for you no longer in the separate, the solid, the many, but in the one, enfolding beauty.
Please rise as you're willing and able for the benediction.
This concludes the annual flower service. Please stay for a time of fellowship, conversation, and continue to greet one another.